It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports, about to tip off the pivotal Game 3 in these conference semifinals. Alongside Shaq and Kenny, Ernie Johnson. Tonight, we'll see the Toronto Raptors playing against the Celtics in Boston. Taking a look at the Celtics, they were unable to take Game 2 on the road, but the series continues. They look to get back in the win column again tonight. And tonight, a borderline must-win game. Kenny, you've been there. Talk about a team's mindset in this situation.
Well, in those championship years, like in '94, we had the home court, and we lost both games to Phoenix at home. Still came back. The local papers, you know what they called us?
Choke City.
Choke City, because it wasn't Clutch City, and then we changed it to Clutch City by ultimately winning Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals and went on to the NBA Finals.
Well, Kenny, in 2006 with the Heat, we almost went down 3-0 in the championship series.
Whoa.
We overcame a 13-point deficit in the last 6 minutes of Game 3, and they decided to hack a shot.
Wow.
So I'm at the free throw line, and I look
happened?
up. My main man, Joel, from high school,
was
is
there?
giving me the motion and saying, follow through,
Follow
Big Daddy.
through?
Follow through, Big Daddy. And we went on to win it all.
Whoa, Joe must be a special guy in your life.
That's
He was
a
my high
story.
school point guard, 36-0, baby.
Yeah,
San Antonio Cole.
That is a story that isn't known to many people.
Not
I'm
at
so
all.
glad that you shared it here.
Yes,
That's heartwarming.
That is hard.
Let's go to Kevin Harlan.
Game 3, Eastern Conference Semifinals. The Toronto Raptors come into Game 3 up 2-0. Will their relentless desire thrust them to a third straight victory? The scenery changes to hostile ground as they face off against the Boston Celtics. Round 2 of the NBA playoffs continue. Coming right up.
Welcome to Game 3, everyone. We're at 2-0 right now in the series. No panic, though, yet. It's the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. Joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. And with us tonight, the author of the 700-page book of basketball, a must-read, Bill Simmons.
It's great to be here, and everyone wants me to rewrite that book, but I don't have it in me. So much has changed in basketball over the last 9 years. I got to redo my Hall of Fame pyramid, but I can't sit down and do it, Kevin. I think it's going to last.
How long did it take you to write that book?
It was 3 years of my life, and I was younger. Now it would just be coffee all day, trying to stay awake for it.
But a New York Times bestseller for multiple
It was
weeks.
number 1. Yeah, it was great. And it taught me that I knew people love basketball, and I think we've seen this decade as basketball has just blossomed into something much bigger than I think it's ever been. I could tell with the book, people liked it.
It's the Toronto Raptors taking on the Boston Celtics. You look at the Celtics. They need the boost here from the hometown fans, trailing 2-0. It is critical for them to start to edge back into the series.
And guys, losing this one would be devastating. For all intents and purposes, this game is a must-win. You really have to treat it like a Game 7.
Here are the 5 for the Raptors. Leonard and Ibaka are the forward pairing. Lowry out there with Jordan. And it's Davis at the center position. Bill, you're a basketball historian. How do you rank the Celtics compared to other franchises in this league?
Third surliest fans, I would say. Maybe second highest expectations. And the best history. It's out of the history standpoint. The Celtics have the best. Lakers have the second best, but I would not count them because they moved from Minneapolis. And then the Knicks are last because all they do is lose.
And they're so certain.
Yeah, very certain.
Here's Tatum. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock. Tatum's got his first points in this one.
And the skills of Brown. Not just a super athlete, but a tremendous floor general as well.
Lowry passes to Jordan. He kicks it to Ibaka. Over Irving. And again, Toronto no up.
This is the opposite of how they wanted to start this game. 0 for 4 already.
Drills it from outside. Irving's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Can hit it outside, inside, and there you see Kyrie with the pull-up.
Jordan finds Lowry. Jordan against Brown. Will it go? And Jordan gets it to go.
And guys, every superstar in the NBA has their own signature shoe. And now we can include AI in that group. He and Jordan partnering up for what is sure to be a must-have shoe.
And Jordan and AI have had a good partnership so far, and they both wanted to take things to the next level. The rise of AI continues. Here's Lowry, following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Davis with it. Leonard looking around. Shot clock at 6. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. Here are the NBA's top scorers during this postseason as shown on the 2K leaderboard. Take a look at Jordan, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player. Celtics leading by 7. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Brown kicks to Irving. Bill, it's interesting. More than 50 colleges and universities now offers scholarships in esports. I did not know this. And that number is probably only going to go up.
Yeah, and it makes sense, too. What's more popular, esports or water polo? No offense to the water polo players, but come on. Come on.
Let's move it. They cannot get enough of these games.
No. We should have, every college should have esports.
And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for Toronto. It's a 10-point game. Here's Jordan. Trying to get open. It's Davis. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. The Raptors shooting their first free throws of the night. The first one falls. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Celtics leading by 9. Tatum kicks to Irving. And the 3 off target. Toronto, they've gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Shots good by Ibaka.
This is where Serge is most dangerous. Extremely confident now from beyond the arc.
Boston's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Lowry against Irving. And he banks in the layup. Irving's got 10.
And where's the help? Obviously a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Only the first quarter. Guys are getting in the groove, but communication on the defense has to be better. Having a good, efficient start to this game offensively. Let's see if he can keep it going.
Celtics have gone 6 of 8 in the game so far. A very solid start for them. Fires from the line. Goes back up. And it's sent back by Leonard.
Strong instincts and positioning. Kawhi read that shot all the way.
They get it back. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Oh, easy putback. No one got a body on it.
And there's one thing you're trying to minimize. It's second chance opportunities. Poor defensive rebounding for them.
Bill, we've watched Gordon Hayward since his college days. Talk about how he's evolved in his game.
Well, he's evolved his hair. I think his hair is way more on point than it was at Butler.
No doubt.
You know, we talked about the evolution of Hayward. A lot of the stuff he did in college is the same stuff he's doing in the pros, where he's just kind of good at everything. When you look at him, you don't really know. You don't point to that one thing. Like with Kyrie, it's his incredible ability to get to the rim and just beat people one-on-one. Hayward's just fun to play with. I think he's one of those guys that if you're playing pickup and he's on your team, that's great. He's going to shoot when he wants to shoot. He's not going to need the ball too much. He just kind of fits into everything around him. We talk about this loaded Celtics team. That's like the perfect room to have in this team. That he could take 8 shots in a game and be totally happy.
Great perspective. Jordan with it. He's picked up by Irving. And Ibaka slams it in.
The aggressive side of Serge coming through as Serge himself at the rim.
Boston trailing. Now Irving. 10 points for him. And here is Tatum. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Serge Ibaka picks one up there. The Celtics shooting their first free throws of the game. And that one falls for Tatum.
And it's about the versatility that Tatum offers, particularly offensively. He can guard and play multiple positions on the floor.
Smart's checked in for the Celtics. Burton's checked in for the Raptors.
He wanted to get his team the lead, and even though he didn't, he should feel good. At least he tied it up.
Outside Lowry. The 3. And again, Toronto with the triple.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Irving against Lowry. Fires from 14. He squares up and sinks it. And 12 points for Kyrie Irving.
Early in this quarter, he's been aggressive and selective with his shots. Tremendous efficiency.
Jordan kicks to Lowry. Rebounded by the Celtics.
And that was an easy one there, just a missed opportunity.
If you give it to him, he'll take that shot every time down the floor. I'm sure he's kicking himself.
Irving passes to Hayward. Leonard with the steal. Over Hayward. And there's Jordan. That's good on the assist by Leonard. Jordan's got 11. Bill, you've done quite a few player interviews over your life, and I'm sure there are some guys that have surprised you with what they've got to say.
Yeah. I think we're in a really cool generation with basketball players where they're these really thoughtful guys who aren't afraid to share stuff. You know, some of the guys try to protect their images and their kind of their manufactured reputations, I would say, to some degree. But for the most part, the candidness of some of these guys, you can't hide on a podcast. Mm-hmm. If I have you for an hour, you're not going to be able to dodge stuff. You're going to have to talk.
Well, you challenge people, that's the beauty of the podcast.
Well, and I don't have notes, so I do it. I'm looking at you, you're looking at me, and we're going. And you got to be ready.
That's how Larry King used to do it. Yeah.
So some guys are ready. Like Durant was great. Durant was ready to talk, and we did 5 podcasts, and everything's on the table with him. But my favorites are, somebody like Kyrie came in, really smart, kind of sort of ready to go, but not totally, but then got into it. And those are usually the best ones.
They retain possession. A second chance effort. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, earlier I spoke with Brad Stevens. He had the demeanor you would expect for a coach in his situation. After dropping the first 2 in hostile territory, he acknowledged the hard road ahead. He said we didn't get it done on the road, and there were some missed opportunities. So now we have to regroup and take care of business at home. Simple as that. Kevin?
Okay, David, thanks. I want to get back to what we were chatting about, Bill, with how today's NBA players are so media ready, whether it be interviews or social media. Your take is really interesting.
I think in general, all these guys, the guys now are so used to talking to people and being in front of people. And, they're not surprised by questions, and they know how to handle themselves. They know how to not get in trouble and they're comfortable.
Maybe 20 years. Grown up with you, though, too. You know what? You've been relevant for many years. Well, they've grown up with your stuff.
To be honest, a lot of them just know me as the white guy on NBA Countdown. They might not have read me, but they remember like that year I was with Jalen Rose. But what's weird is...
I think you'd be surprised. More of...
Well, you know this too. When you're on TV, the credibility you get from being on TV, I wasn't prepared for within the NBA.
Oh, really?
I think that's true, yeah. I think it's he's on TV, he's okay. And maybe they don't agree with you all the time, but you've passed some imaginary checkpoint with those guys.
Well, you may think that TV was your validation. This is going to be your validation.
100%.
2K. This is it. I'm stamping you right now.
This is better than winning a Pulitzer Prize.
Taking advantage at the charity stripe like he always does. Terrific touch.
Smart with the ball. He's picked up by Jordan. Tatum kicks to Morris. Fader on the way. Toronto grabs the miss.
And this is one of those times where the coach has got to be unselfish.
And we don't know that he hasn't. Maybe it's been falling on deaf ears. Guys taking ill-advised jump shots.
And the shot goes in. Bill, you've watched the NBA evolve. Talk about some of the biggest changes over the last decade you've seen.
The three-point line and the threes or foul shots philosophy, I think, is the biggest thing. Just the pace of the game has really improved, and to a really pleasing way for fans. Like just what Steve Nash was doing last decade and those Suns teams, that everybody's playing that way now. I think the social media and the players basically getting rid of the wall between them and the fans, using social media, using Instagram, and we just feel like we know these guys better. And their ability to control their own message now versus where they were 10 years ago. It all started with the decision of LeBron James, and it's carried through this whole decade. And these guys now, they can get whatever message out they want. They can criticize the president. They can criticize their own team. They can ask for a trade. If they get called out by some writer or somebody that's a hit piece, they can go back at the guy and sick all their fans on the writer.
And the Celtics making a change here. He doesn't get the second one. Going back to our topic from a moment ago, Bill, you mentioned the interaction between players and social media and how that's become a new facet, a skill we're seeing daily from players.
There's just way more accountability now, and I'm really impressed by how polished the guys are that come in the league now. And I think the LeBron generation, LeBron, Wade, Chris Bosh, some of those guys from the last generation that came up and became vets and really knew how, Paul Pierce, knew how to handle their business. Now these new guys come in, they're 19, 20 years old, and they act like they're 30. I'm sure you see it at the games.
Shocking.
Whereas in the 90s, it was a free-for-all. You had these guys who, if you gave them a live mic, you were terrified. And now these guys are 19 years old,
Polished.
giving, long interviews to reporters. It's how are you doing this?
Tatum in particular is very
Tatum's
impressive.
already good at being a bad interview.
He's
like he
19 years
he
old.
doesn't say anything. He knows how to dodge any question. It's like, you're 19. How do you know how to do this?
Unbelievable. Now, here's Rozier. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Out to the wing. Here's Hubbard. The Celtics have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far. And he makes the first. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Here's Jordan. He's got 18. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Siakam. Clock at 6. And Miles kicks to Siakam. The jumper from the free throw line is good. And the Raptors lead by 7.
And a lot of scoring here early on. This is the type of game the fans love to see.
I love it. Really, both teams running plays that fit the personnel, going back and forth.
A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. The Raptors out in front as they wrap up the first quarter on a 14-6 run. And Ibaka, Greg, a great complimentary player.
And you like his combination of size and skill, able to impact the game at both ends on a high level.
And we're set to get started again for the next bit of action in this game 3. And what do you guys think about the Raptors here so far in this one?
They've gotten that perimeter game going in that first, and for me, that was the difference.
Hot right out of the gate, generating some early confidence and building on that lead.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So the Raptors 5 right now. We've got Jordan. C.J. Miles is out there with Wright, and it's Burton in at the 5 down low. Rozier against Wright. Bill, you know the Celtics so well. What were your first reactions when you heard about the Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen trades?
Well, the Ray Allen trade, I was upset because that was the 5th pick in the draft, and we had just not gotten Kevin Durant or Greg Oden, and it just seemed like they were treading water for 44 wins, but that set up the Kevin Garnett trade. And then it's like, oh my God, this team might actually win the title, and then they did.
And the chemistry between those three, including Paul Pierce, amazing.
Amazing. Not as amazing recently. I think it got a little less amazing, and there was some feuding with Ray Allen and Rondo and stuff, but in 2008, amazing.
That's terrific. And a title.
Yeah, one title. Should have been 2.
Should have been 2.
2009 was actually a better team, and KG got hurt.
Rozier looking around. Over right. And it's Rozier missing.
Look, that's in his range, but he had a defender right up in his chest.
And Wright gets it to go on the assist by Jordan. Jordan's got his 4th assist in this one. Rozier against Wright. The pass to Hubbard. Over Jordan. The Celtics keeping it alive. Fresh 24.
And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe. Brown is checked in for the Celtics. Kyrie Irving comes in for Rozier. Davis is checked in for Toronto. Baca comes in for Pascal Siakam. A shot by Jordan, no good.
That's one of those where you think you've got it, you relax for just a second, and then you're kicking yourself.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, T in that last outing against the Celtics was outstanding. He scored 33 points and was his usual dominant self on the glass. The stat line was filled, and the whole league is talking about it. We'll see what he does for an encore tonight, Kevin.
Thanks, David, for another reminder of just what an unbelievable performance that was.
One that everyone's still talking about tonight. He dominated that game in just about every way possible.
I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what he's got in store for us tonight. Maybe he tops himself again. I think he just might do it.
And just carrying over from his last game, completely dialed in. You can sense his confidence.
I totally agree. Heat check after heat check. He realizes, man, I'm still hot.
Yeah, another missed opportunity, and you can just see the frustration.
He wants to help his team, but when you're in position to finish, it's hard to turn that down. Well, he was in rhythm, hitting 2 threes in the opening quarter, but hasn't made one since.
And looking for a superstar, Danny Ainge held on to his trade chips, and finally Kyrie Irving became available. When that came down, when he joined that team, the trade was made. What'd you think?
Well, that summer 2017, the Celtic fans were really restless. The Celtics had kept accumulating all these assets. And, oh, we're going to get Paul George. Nope. And it just kept falling short. People were mad. And then all of a sudden, Kyrie fell out of the sky. And I was stunned at the time that some people were questioning whether he could be the best player on a really good team or not. Because I always judge these guys by what they do in the finals. And in the finals, especially in 2017, it was just toe-to-toe. It was him and LeBron against Curry and KD and Clay or whoever else. That guy on a bigger stage raised his game every time. And I just couldn't believe that the Celtics got him for what they got. I thought it was an absurd trade.
Some changes for Toronto. Leonard comes in for C.J. Miles. And it's Lowry in for Wright. Leonard against Hayward. Always going up for the alley-oop here.
And this is why you gave Hayward big money, not just a score in this offense.
Raptors leading by 9. Here is Lowry. Pass to Leonard. Ibaka down low. Baines is there. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lowry inside the line. Up again. And there's Jordan putting it right back in. Jordan's got the lead up to 11 now for the Raptors.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
Irving against Lowry. Irving kicks to Hayward. Knocked loose, and so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. And back on the topic of Kyrie Irving, Bill, when Kyrie's healthy, best handle in the NBA, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah. Arguably the best ever. I think hearing the other players talk reverentially about his handle is really eye-opening because, you know, I get a chance to talk to a lot of these guys, and it's always interesting to me who they mention, the other players, like what young guys they mention or whose handle they admire, whose shot. And Kyrie's one of those guys that the other guys really appreciate, which I think matters.
Bill, one shot to win a game. You can pick any player. Who's going to take that shot for you?
Kevin Durant. I think he has the most ways to get a good shot off. I always look at it as, is it a quality shot to get off? So he can post the smaller guy up. He can shoot a three. He's got the pull-up hezzy jumper, as he calls it. He can go to the lane and pump fake and do a little drop step. And I just think he has the most moves. Some people would say LeBron, but am I getting regular season LeBron or playoff LeBron?
Playoff LeBron.
Playoff LeBron would be my number one choice.
He'd be pretty good.
Yeah, he'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
Regular season LeBron, I'm not as enthused about.
Off the inbound. That one's good, and the Raptor lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Kyrie Irving.
The thing about Kyrie, he has great natural balance when setting up for the jumper.
Talking about last-second shot instincts, Bill, you mentioned LeBron, KD. What about Curry? Where does Curry rank in that conversation?
Curry's good.
Top 5?
You can guard Curry in those one-on-one situations with the right people. I'm not saying you're going to stop him, but, you know, you put a taller guy on him, and Curry, to me, Curry is the greatest not in the offense scorer I've ever seen in my life, where he can get 32 and hit 10 threes and wasn't really involved in the game. Just, you forget about him from one play, and all of a sudden he's in the corner and they're setting him up, or he's running off the screen. It's a lot, almost like what Reggie Miller and Ray Allen were able to do, where, yeah, you run them off screens and you tire the guys out and you kind of hope the defense forgets they're out there. But he's not a conventional get-out-of-my-way guy, so I'm going to get to the rim.
Absolutely.
Score like someone like Donovan Mitchell is.
That's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
That's about as violent as a rim rocker as it gets. A real confidence builder.
Fred Vaca. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Guys, he's having a ball out there. I mean, we knew going in that he'd have an advantage on the glass, but I didn't think he could be this dominant. What a difference.
And he's not going to back off. Even with that big lead, he's going to get more motivated to keep stretching out their lead.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Raptors lead by 18. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Kyle, a good first half for you all. How do you continue that for the rest of the game?
We got to come out with our energy. Got to come out and play our game and keep going out there and pushing. Our defense and everybody's rotating, so we're playing together right now.
We'll see if you stay connected in the second half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime. And we welcome you back here to the broadcast of the Eastern Conference Semifinals. Really an incredible game from T.
Yeah, he's really been catching the defense off guard so far here in this game, racking up a bunch of trips to the line.
Well, he's one of those guys. When he's being aggressive, officials give him the benefit of the doubt.
Filling out the wings, it's Brown and Hayward. Tatum out there with Aaron Baines. And it's Irving in at the 1 spot. That's the group for Brad Stevens getting going here in the second half. Lets the 3 fly. Buries the long-range jumper. Irving's got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for the Celtics. Lowry against Irving. Down low. And the dunk by Jordan.
What a look from Lowry. Just knew he would be open.
And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Cover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Brown, good. Brown's got his first basket of the night.
And that's how you want to come out of the locker room. He is fired up.
Yes, in the first minute or so, you knock down a couple of shots. You are in rhythm.
From deep, Jordan, and Tatum pulls it down. Celtics trail by 15. Brown, the pass to Irving. Back to Brown. And finished off by Brown.
Well, the thing about Kyrie, he draws so much defensive attention. Someone's often left open.
Lowry kicks to Leonard. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Fade away. And again, it's Toronto converting.
I love it, Kawhi. When you have skills from the mid-range, you don't need to force anything.
Here's Irving. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
They are on fire right now. That's 4 straight makes.
Boston shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one. And here are the Raptors now. They led by as many as 18 points. Lowry with the ball. He's got 6. Kicks to Jordan. This one for 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got his 5th assist in this one. Lowry against Irving. Over Lowry. And it falls. Over the rim and in. 27 points for Kyrie Irving.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
And pushing it up, here's Boston. Brown's got the ball. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
I admire the energy that Brown plays with, so great at getting to the line.
The Celtics have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7. That's off as well, so he misses both. And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for Toronto. 13-point lead. They grab their own miss. Ibaka. Great D that time from Tatum.
That was against good defense. He tried to sneak it in, though. We've seen him do it plenty of times.
Good on the bucket. Hayward's got his 2nd basket of the night.
And you couldn't have scripted a better start to the half. They've hit every single shot since the break.
Toronto calls timeout.
Yeah, I mean, just wants to make sure everybody's on the same page here going forward.
You know, sometimes the best way to approach it, let your guys know what they're doing well and give them 1 or 2 things that they could have done better.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Morris comes in for Aaron Baines, and Smart subbed in for Jaylen Brown. Jordan finds Lowry. Down low. And there's Jordan. That's good on the assist from Leonard. Jordan's got 7 points here in this quarter.
He's been so consistent scoring the basketball. It has helped him tack on to this lead.
Irving against Lowry. Irving drives in, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Aggressive drive by Irving. Defender can't keep up without fouling.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots at the game right here. Some changes for Toronto. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard, and it's Wright in for Kyle Lowry. And so here's Toronto, 11-point game. Passes to Ibaka. Over Tatum, and again it's Toronto converting.
And that's a nice jumper by Ibaka, showing good touch from mid-range.
Irving against Wright. Shoots from the baseline, and that one's good, Irving. Irving's got 31.
It's amazing. No one can check him right now, but there's still work to do to cut into this lead.
In the corner, Ibaka with it. Back to Wright. Hayward grabs the board. Celtics trail by 11. To the paint, here's Morris. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. Hayward's got his 4th assist in this one.
And working the painted area, Morris with just enough size and quickness to finish the play, even with a hand in his face.
Wright dishes to Jordan. Over Smart. They get it back. And Davis gets it to go. Davis has got 9.
I love the effort there. Refuses to give up on that play.
Irving passes to Smart. Back to Irving. From deep. Here's Morris. The shot, no good. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way.
His lack of consistency with his shot tonight has held them back.
In the corner, Ibaka with it. And again, Toronto with the triple.
And that's a good job of spotting up by Serge Ibaka. He's good in those catch-and-shoot situations.
Irving kicks to Hayward. Smart up top. 6 on the shot clock. Over Jordan. Smart misses. Raptors leading by 14. Jordan with the bucket. Jordan's got 9 points in the quarter.
You can tell he is on a mission down the stretch. Attack offensively and build on this lead.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
He does not look happy. Their defensive rebounding has been putrid, and they're giving up a ton of second chance points.
And the Raptors with some changes. Burton's checked in for Davis. Pascal Siakam comes in for Serge Ibaka. And it's Fred VanVleet in for C.J. Miles. To stop the run. And the layup good by Tatum. He's got 15.
And Tatum already showing some efficiency from beyond. Fantastic at getting the position he wants for the shot.
To the middle. In the corner, it's VanVleet. Right, looking around. Jordan kicks to VanVleet. Stolen by Smart. Here's Hubbard. Nice pass. Right under the rack perfectly for the layup.
And how about that floor awareness there from Tatum? He does a good job of scanning the court and getting the ball to the open man.
Pass to VanVleet. Back to right. Pass to Burton. 4 on the clock, and he drops it in from the low post. Burton's got his second bucket of the night.
It's fine to extend your defense to try and create turnovers, but guys have to help each other.
That's been a problem for them all game. Teamwork is something you just can't turn on and off.
Here's Hubbard. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Jordan's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Dishes to Hayward. Inside, it's tipped. Here's Hubbard. Hayward against Jordan. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Hayward is so tricky with the pump fake. The D has to do a better job staying on the ground.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. That free throw, no good.
And they are shooting themselves in the foot here. They've lost their touch at the line. The percentage continues to drop from where it was in that first half.
The Celtics making a switch here. Rozier's checked in.
From skinny college freshman to NBA All-Star. Quite the transformation for Gordon Hayward.
That one good for 2. VanVleet's got 11 points.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Morris passes to Rozier. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Jordan's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. And Wright kicks to VanVleet. And the pass to Jordan. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Jordan's got 11 points here in just the second half. Celtics trail by 19. That's tipped. Passes it to Hubbard. Back to Tatum. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Yeah, nice job by Tatum inside. Very assertive. He's fantastic at putting the pressure on the D and consistently getting to the line.
He's made one and missed one so far in the game. And that one falls for Tatum. Boston making some changes. Aaron Baines comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's Brown in for Gordon Hayward. And Toronto also making a switch. Kawhi Leonard, he's checked in for Wright. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And the Raptors with the ball. Here's Van Vliet. 11 points in the game. Outside Jordan. Back to Van Vliet. That drops and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Jordan's got his 8th assist here tonight.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Van Vliet kicks to Jordan. Feeds to Leonard. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Leonard's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Great job by Kawhi. Strong, physical, plays with an edge.
Rozier the pass to Baines. He dishes it to Brown. Back to Baines. From deep 3-point range. Ball's knocked loose and out of bounds as Toronto gains possession. Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for the Raptors. Here is Lowry. A 21-point lead, the biggest in the game. He's looking for Leonard and finds him, and he makes good on the layup. Leonard's got 6 here in this quarter.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
There's a minute left in the 3rd quarter. Here's Hubbard. Softly drops in the floater. He has 6.
The beauty of the teardrop. Very difficult to really contest.
Lowry finds Jordan. Goes back up. And the shot goes in from Siakam. Siakam's got 6.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Pass to Brown. Celtics passing it around. Here's Hubbard. Buries the long-range jumper.
He's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Now here's Jordan. Tight defense on him. Fires from 14. Again, Toronto.
We will talk about feed the hot hand. That's what they're doing this quarter, which is why they've been able to maintain momentum.
Hubbard, guarded by Jordan. Kicks to Tatum. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Toronto Raptors holding a 22-point lead as the quarter wraps up. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And meanwhile, Coach Brad Stevens talking to his team.
Games like this, you find out what you can take with you, right? So no matter what, we come all the way back and get over the top, that's great, okay? But we're taking something from this quarter regardless. Play the right way all the way through.
Well, he wants his guys to just play their game.
And Brad Stevens is a realist. Kevin, he knows even if they don't get this win, that it's huge that his guys at least learn something from this game.
And we welcome you back here to the broadcast of the Eastern Conference Semifinals. So for Toronto right now, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Jordan is out there with Lowry, and it's Burton in at the center. Outside Tatum. From 13, and it's Toronto with the rebound. Outside Jordan. Rozier against Lowry. Pass to Siakam. And Leonard has it in the corner. 5 on the clock. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor.
This is what you want to do on the offensive end. Get Kawhi looks in the paint. Rely on him to make a play.
Now a timeout called by Boston. One guy who's been getting it done is T.
Absolutely on fire. They need to regroup and figure out a way to slow his roll.
Boston making some changes. Daniel Tice is chaired. A new group in now for the Raptors.
First team. At the line for the Celtics, Greg Hubbard. At the line with 1 shot.
And it's Lowry with the ball. Brings it up for Toronto. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Here's Jordan. Sinks that one from the post. Jordan's got 41.
He just said, hey, put the team on my back, and I'm going to take you the rest of the way.
Irving against Lowry. Lets it go from 14. And that one hits back iron. The Raptors have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. And Ibaka kicks to Jordan. Morris with the rebound. The Celtics have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Brown the pass to Hubbard. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Leonard against Brown. A wide open look here for Ibaka. From outside, off the mark. For Boston, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. On the wing, Brown. He can't get it to go. Now Toronto takes it the other way. Shot, high post. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. Boston shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. And then Brown with the dunk.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. To the paint. Here's Leonard. A beautiful reverse layup. Leonard's got 4 points this quarter.
He really looks composed shooting the ball this half. Much more consistent, hitting a much higher percentage.
The pass to Baines. Now the dish to Irving. Some solid defense from Ibaka.
Yeah, the aggressive D inside leads to a missed opportunity there.
You know, he had terrific position, does a good job of affecting the shot without fouling.
A great feed, and that assist gives him a triple-double. You gotta love that kind of player, able to get it done in just about every facet.
And Davis sends it back. And here's the fast break. Jordan leading the way, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And boy, Kawhi is the perfect target. The big reach to get to the pass, and the great hands on the catch.
Pass to Hubbard. Now Irving. Over Lowry. That one a little long.
Obviously, this has been a tough quarter for him, but he's still trying to keep a positive mindset.
And Leonard gets it to go.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
For Boston, they've gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. And T is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Yabusele, he's checked in for Boston. Smart comes in for Irving. OG Anunoby's checked in for the Raptors. DeLon Wright comes in for Kyle Lowry. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. You have to think at this point, up 3-zip. It's only a matter of time now, Greg, until this series is in the books.
You know, this victory all but seals the deal. As strong as they look throughout this game and this series, I'll be shocked if they don't close it out in Game 4.
It's time for us to say so long. We hope you've enjoyed our coverage during the second round of the NBA Eastern Conference Playoffs. For Steve Smith, Craig Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in.